Rhea Ripley is not stepping back, she is fighting back, and whenever she sees Liv Morgan, she rushes down to come after the Women's World Champion. She can't stand her. And also she won't stay back until she gets a fair Women's World Championship match. And also on the other side, whenever Liv sees Rhea, she's trying to escape. But Rhea is always ready to catch her. And we can now say somehow Rhea Ripley got a revenge tour and wants to get her revenge on Liv Morgan. But we're now in Germany. In Berlin, the Bash in Berlin Premium Live event, where Rhea Ripley is finally getting another Women's World Championship match against Liv Morgan, but this time the match is Extreme Rules. So extreme moments are taking place. They are using weapons to tear each other apart. At some point of the match, Rhea Ripley manages to hit the riptide to the Women's World Champion. When it comes to Dominik Mysterio, this time he has no fear to interfere in the match and distract Morgan's challenger. Rhea's wasting her time with this. But not until she leaves the ring to go after Dominik. Dominik is running away until he gets stopped in front of the stage. It's Damian Priest. He is also here as the backup of Rhea Ripley. And he is stopping Dominik, not letting him to escape. And a scissors kick takes him down. Here comes Rhea. She tosses Dominik to where she wants him. But also, Damian Priest is being attacked by Finn Balor. He hasn't accepted a challenge for a match against Damian Priest yet, but he's continuing to attack him. Also, Rhea Ripley is beating the hell out of Dominik Mysterio. A riptide in the ringside. Takes down Dum Dum. But here comes Liv Morgan. The time was enough for her to recover, and another oblivion onto the steel chair. But this time, this is an Extreme Rules match. She's setting a table, putting Rhea Ripley on it. And Liv Morgan is going crazy. She's on the top rope, dives on Rhea through the table. And that's it. She goes for the cover. Another win for Liv Morgan over Rhea Ripley. She defeated her for the second time to retain her Women's World Championship, thanks to Dominik Mysterio. 2 weeks later, on Monday Night Raw, there's going to be a fatal 4-way match to determine the next #1 contender for the Women's World Championship. Io Sky, Sonya Deville, the former Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley, and one of the fastest rising stars in the women's division, Lyra Valkyria, are competing in this fatal 4-way match. Io Sky is on the top rope with Lyra down. She manages to deliver the moonsault to take her out. But here comes Zoe Stark. Remember, Damage Control and the faction of Sonya, Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler are still continuing their rivalry. But Io manages to counter her attack, sends her back in the ring, and delivers a beautiful dropkick to take Zoe down. But here comes Sonya Deville from behind, takes Io down. But it comes to the former Women's World Champion. Rhea Ripley sends Sonya Deville out of the ring. But keep your eyes on Lyra Valkyria, who rolls Rhea up for a 3 count. Lyra Valkyria just pinned the former Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley to become the #1 contender for the women's title. She's going to face Liv Morgan for the title, and what a win got her this shot. 2 weeks later, on Monday Night Raw, this is the Raw Before Bad Blood Premium Live event, the same pay-per-view that Finn Balor and Damian Priest are finally going to face off in a one-on-one action, Lyra Valkyria versus Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship. And as it was expected, Dominik Mysterio is causing shenanigans, and that's the advantage Liv Morgan needed to beat Lyra Valkyria to remain the Women's World Champion. So still, the Women's World title belongs to Liv Morgan, again, thanks to Dominik Mysterio. But a couple of days later, at Bad Blood Premium Live event, Finn Balor finally accepted Damian Priest's challenge for a one-on-one matchup. Dominik Mysterio is not only helping Liv Morgan to retain her title, he is also helping Finn Balor to get the win. But in this case, we also have JD McDonough, who's taking out Damian Priest. But the answer of the backup at Bash in Berlin is here. In return, Rhea Ripley takes out McDonough and Mysterio. And it comes to Carlito, who wants to interfere, but he regrets and changes his mind after he sees Rhea Ripley. Carlito wants to escape, but he doesn't know how. He decides to run back to the backstage when Rhea is chasing him. But Damian Priest was distracted to all of this chaos, and Finn Balor rolls him up from behind. And a 3 count. Finn Balor defeated Damian Priest in a way he shouldn't. But the important thing for Finn Balor is that he got the win. And his new Judgment Day did whatever it took. We are now on Monday Night Raw. We are having the arrival of the Women's World Champion. She has some words to say. She's addressing her future, talking about how she defended her title many times when suddenly... here comes Lyra Valkyria, the very last person who faced Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship. Liv, don't you want to stop? I've been watching your entire title reign, and there wasn't even one match that Dominik Mysterio wouldn't help you to get the win. Not just me, all these people are watching. You ruined the women's division, and you owe every single one of your opponents you faced in your title reign a fair one-on-one match, and I doubt you could survive from even one of them. Lyra, you know you were lucky to pin Rhea Ripley to earn a shot at my title, so you know you can't do that again. And that's why you're trying to earn another shot at this title without doing anything. I'm not here for a title shot, Liv. I'm here to try my best to tell you you're ruining the history of the women's division. So maybe something would be changed in your little stupid brain and you could be a better champion and leave that idiot Dominik and his freaking mustache in the backstage whenever you want to fight in this ring. Liv Morgan didn't like her words, so she decides to take her out with a spin kick. The unexpected attack takes Lyra Valkyria down, and Liv Morgan is continuing to punish, and we also see Dominik Mysterio on the apron screaming to continue this punishment. And yes, Liv is continuing this punishment. She's beating the hell out of Lyra Valkyria.
This is my brutality!
Rhea Ripley is here, and Liv Morgan is shocked. She is stared to the stage, but Rhea Ripley is nowhere to be found. Here she is. She is coming after Dominik Mysterio, taking him out, knocking him off the apron. And she enters the ring. But when Liv realizes she's here, she escapes. But then it comes to Lyra Valkyria and Rhea Ripley. Remember, when Dominik Mysterio was the North American champion, these two had a rivalry with each other. But maybe now, they are on the same side. But before we could understand how they feel about each other, Zoe Stark blindsides Ripley from behind. But Lyra takes her out. But here comes Zoe's friend, Shayna Baszler's here. She is working on Lyra Valkyria's arm. But why are they attacking Lyra Valkyria and Rhea Ripley? Rhea is back. She's delivering a riptide to Shayna Baszler. But here comes the leader of the faction. Here comes Sonya Deville, and she's taking Rhea Ripley out. The 3-on-2 unfair situation. Stark, Baszler, and Deville beat the hell out of Valkyria and Ripley, and they're standing tall. And we also see Liv Morgan laughing at them as she's standing in the ramp. Next week on Monday Night Raw, we have Liv Morgan, Sonya Deville, Zoe Stark, and Shayna Baszler in the ring. Are you trying to outnumber me? Rhea says I want a fair match. Lyra says I want a fair match. And then you attack me 2-on-1? Well, you started this little game that I'm definitely interested to play it. The cost was only a simple deal with a deserved woman. Sonya, I'm honored to officially announce this in public, in front of everyone, that when we took care of Rhea Ripley and Lyra Valkyria, we will have the biggest Women's World Championship match this division will ever have, and a match truly built on respect. So we're now for year 2. Find 2 more teammates if you can, because we're challenging you to a War Games match. We're doing this because we know no one is that stupid to team up with you, to take on us.
This is my brutality!
Rhea Ripley and Lyra Valkyria are here. Poor Liv. You thought because you stood tall last week, you can beat us in a War Games match? Well, you misunderstood something. This faction took us out last week. This faction is indeed dominant. But how did they become dominant? They made enemies, and let me remind you one of many enemies they made in this time. They were a faction as well. You took out and injured 2 of them, but there's still one woman standing, looking for her friend's revenge. You may find her in the skies. Rhea Ripley's talking about Io Sky, who takes out Sonya and Zoe with a springboard dropkick, coming after the Women's World Champion and Shayna Baszler as well. Sonya Deville's faction took out Dakota Kai first, and then they took out Kairi Sane, but not Io Sky. Here she is. She wants revenge, and at least to face Sonya's faction, She would be participating in the War Games match. She took all 4 of them out and over the moonsault to Sonya Deville. The Women's World Champion is getting back on her feet, but she gets knocked out by the Genius of the Sky once again. Io Sky is leaving the ring and joining Rhea Ripley and Lyra Valkyria in front of the stage, but they still need one more member. But the next week, we're going to have the Women's War Games Advantage match in the main event. But earlier that night, Rhea Ripley sends a message. Liv was my friend at some time, and if there's something I could know about her, is that she loves surprises. So Liv, I have another surprise for you tonight. And is it a good one or a bad one? Well, that's up to you, because I heard you want to compete in the Advantage match tonight. And the one representing our team will be the 4th member in the War Games match. Good luck! Here comes Liv Morgan, the Women's World Champion. She's stepping up to the Advantage match for the War Games. As we all know, the winner will have the advantage. But who will be the 4th member of Rhea Ripley's team? Whoever she is going to face Liv Morgan tonight in the Advantage match. It's Raquel Rodriguez. She is back. This was the surprise that Rhea Ripley was talking about, because remember, Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan were true friends and one of the best women's tag teams in the recent history of WWE. They won the tag titles twice with each other, and also they're wearing the same gear that they used to wear as a tag team. Is this by accident, or Raquel want to play mind games? It looks it's by accident, because Raquel is offering a handshake to Liv Morgan. But Liv is catching this as a betrayal, so she slaps Raquel Rodriguez in the face. A huge battle is taking place in the main event of Monday Night Raw. Back and forth these two women are going. Raquel wanted respect, but Liv didn't. And that slap made it personal. But it now comes to Dominik Mysterio to interfere once again, even in a match that the women's world title it's not on the line. But he turns around and sees someone in the ringside. He sees Rhea Ripley, here she is, and Dominik is escaping. But this time, Rhea is not going after him. The thing that happened is that Liv Morgan got distracted, and it is enough for Raquel Rodriguez to recover and deliver the Tahana Bomb. You gotta be kidding me! Raquel Rodriguez just pinned the Women's World Champion to get the advantage for her team. What is going on? But then, Rhea Ripley enters the ring. She's now face to face with Raquel Rodriguez. Remember, these two women were also in a feud a year ago, and Raquel Rodriguez got into this feud because of Liv Morgan, because Rhea Ripley injured Liv Morgan. So she wanted revenge for her friend, but a year later, things completely changed. We're now in War Games. We have Raquel Rodriguez, who had problems with Rhea Ripley. Also, we always remember her being a part of a fight with Damage Control back in the time. And speaking of Damage Control, we have Io Sky here. Not only Raquel and Io were fighting with each other back in the time, also Io has problems with Lyra Valkyria and the leader of the team, Rhea Ripley herself. But despite her problems with Raquel and Lyra back in NXT, she's leading this team. In the match, after everyone has entered, Raquel delivers a powerbomb to Zoe Stark, putting her through the table, but here comes Shayna Baszler from behind, locks her in the Karafuda clutch. Raquel has nowhere to go, but Shayna lets her go. But before she could stand on her feet, Lyra enters, rolls through, and delivers the Night Wish to Shayna Baszler. But the leader of their faction is here. Here comes Sonya Deville, sends Lyra Valkyria to the opposite ring, and she is taking Lyra Valkyria out. Speaking of leaders, here comes the leader of the opponent team, Rhea Ripley with a riptide to Sonya Deville, but oblivion by the Women's World Champion. But one woman is still standing, it's Io Sky, a massive knockout punch to the Women's World Champion, and over the moonsault, and she pins the Women's World Champion to get a win at War Games. What is going on? Liv Morgan is just getting pinned match after match, and this time by Io Sky after a massive moonsault. Big win for a team that we thought there would be cracks in it, but there wasn't. And here they are as the winners. Next week on Monday Night Raw, Liv Morgan and Sonya Deville are having a Women's World Championship match as it was promised, and Liv Morgan manages to hit the Oblivion. She goes for the cover. But here comes Rhea Ripley. She drags Liv Morgan to the outside. She's ruining the match. The match has also resulted as a disqualification. She enters the ring and delivers a riptide to Sonya Deville. But later that night, when Liv Morgan is leaving the arena, she gets frozen after she sees someone. There's a guy wearing a hoodie, staring at Liv Morgan with something written on the hoodie. Liv doesn't have any idea about what she just saw. Is this a help or not? Who sent this message? These are all the questions that everyone has in their minds. But it comes to next week, where we are having the arrival of the former Women's World Champion, Rhea Ripley. Liv, I'm sick and tired of this so-called little game. I've been playing this game for months now, and I didn't continue my fight for nothing. You can't give a title match to someone who has done nothing to earn it. I want my Women's World Championship. It's Raquel Rodriguez. Rhea, how dare you? After 2 missed opportunities, you still want another shot? As far as I remember, I am the first person to pin Liv Morgan in her title reign, so why should you get a shot? My dear Raquel, you would have lost that match if it wasn't for me. And here comes the woman who got a win for all of them in the War Games match, Io Sky. I pinned Liv Morgan at War Games and got you a win. If there's anyone who's gonna get a shot at the Women's World Championship, it should be the one who pinned the champion at War Games, Io Sky. Sonya Deville is here. Ladies, hold on. Why do you want to get a Women's World Championship match while I'm the #1 contender? This deal is done. In fact, it was done. I have Liv's signature on a contract for a title match, which was ruined by Rhea Ripley. Here comes Lyra Valkyria. Wait, Sonya, you want a match because you have a contract signed by Liv Morgan? I earned an opportunity, and I've never got a fair one-on-one match, which I deserve. Ladies, hold on a second. You all are now standing here and have your own reasons to get a Women's World Championship match, which I can't ignore them, by the way. This has become a long-time feud between all of you, so I hope finally you could end this. Because I'm putting all 5 of you plus Liv Morgan in a 6-woman match for the Women's World title. And before you say anything, I know you're gonna complain about the fact that you can lose without being pinned. So that's why this match won't be a simple 6-woman match. It'll be a 6-woman elimination match. So you must be pinned or submitted to lose your opportunity for becoming the Women's World Champion at the Royal Rumble. Wait a second, Pierce, what the hell are you doing? Did you even ask me about that stupid decision that you just made? Oh, hello, Liv, so you've been there all the time. Yes, I was, and I was enjoying their stupid argument quietly until you pissed me off. Well, Liv, I'm sorry if you don't like this, but nothing can change my mind. You should have been more careful when you were getting pinned easily match after match or signing contracts for title matches, right? Well, good luck to all 6 of you. The match is official. At the Royal Rumble, we're going to have a 6-woman elimination match for the Women's World Championship between Sonya Deville, Lyra Valkyria, Raquel Rodriguez, Io Sky, and Rhea Ripley challenging Liv Morgan for her Women's World title. Later that night, Liv is in the parking lot, leaving the arena when she sees her car. It's the same guy who's running away this time, and now this time Liv's car is broken. Pieces of the shattered glass is everywhere in the parking lot. The same guy broke Liv's car now, and Liv is looking in her car when she sees something. The word ambulance is written on the monitor of the car. Is it talking about the same ambulance in the same parking lot? Liv decides to see what this is all about. She's going to see what's in the ambulance. She's scared to look at it, but she has to return, and she sees something written on the monitor in the ambulance. Whoever is sending these messages has something to do with the entry number 30 in the Royal Rumble match. But it's written that they will come after Liv. But the last time, they told her that they're gonna help Liv. What is going on? We don't know. Liv doesn't know. No one knows. But now we're at the Royal Rumble, the 6-woman elimination match for the Women's World Championship between Lyra Valkyria, Raquel Rodriguez, Sonya Deville, the former Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley, the Genius of the Sky, Io Sky, and the Women's World Champion herself, Liv Morgan, is the opening match of the Royal Rumble Premium Live event in 2025. This 6-woman elimination match is where these 6 women have to finally finish their problem and settle things with each other. In the match, Io Sky and Lyra Valkyria are dealing with each other in the ring, where Lyra rolls Io up. And a 3 count! Io Sky is eliminated. Lyra Valkyria eliminated Io Sky, but Io is pissed off. She's beating the hell out of Lyra Valkyria. And also, she's going on the top. She has Lyra in position for a beautiful moonsault. She's eliminated, so she leaves the ring. But after she broke Lyra Valkyria in half, here comes the Women's World Champion. Liv Morgan is taking advantage of this, hooking Lyra's leg. And Lyra is eliminated. Keep your eyes at ringside. Sonya Deville and Raquel Rodriguez are fighting each other over there. Back and forth, where finally Raquel takes Sonya out. She's clearing the announce table. She's thinking about crazy things. She's carrying Sonya on her shoulders, bringing her near the announce table, and a beautiful show of athleticism in the powerbomb position. But Shayna Baszler is here. Remember, there's no disqualifications in this matchup. She's here to help Sonya Deville, but instead, Raquel manages to lift her up in the powerbomb position. Nasty landing for Baszler with a nasty powerbomb onto the announce table. But remember, we also have Zoe Stark, but Raquel manages to counter her attack as well. Raquel carries Zoe on her shoulders, sends her face first on the apron. But Sonya Deville enters and sends Rodriguez back in the ring. The time was definitely enough for her to recover and deliver a weird, massive suplex Uranagi. But Raquel stays alive. We don't know how. Neither does Sonya, so she goes on the top. But Raquel is recovered, and she takes her down with the power bomb. Once again, this time she lifts her up for the Tahana bomb this time, and goes for the cover. Stacks her up. The third elimination by Raquel Rodriguez. But keep your eyes on Liv Morgan. Oblivion face first. But here comes Rhea Ripley, catching the Women's World Champion in a riptide. Kick out by Morgan. We don't know how. For the first time ever, Rhea can't believe her eyes. Liv kicked out of Riptide, but she's dead, so she rolls out, and it comes down to 2, Rhea and Raquel, where Rhea counters the attack Rodriguez wanted, puts her up on the top turnbuckle. She goes on the top too. This is not going to be good. We know what is she thinking of. She has her for a massive avalanche Riptide from the top, stacking her up. For another elimination. Raquel is out as well, and it's down to 2, Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, where a chair is thrown to Rhea Ripley. It's Liv Morgan. There are no disqualifications in this matchup. Oblivion face first on the steel chair, just like SummerSlam, just like Bash in Berlin. But Rhea stays alive. We don't know how, but she finally managed to stay alive. She is pissed off, and that adrenaline helps her to get back on her feet. She says that she's gonna break Liv Morgan in half, and yes, Rhea is breaking her in half. 1 Riptide delivered. She's calling for her because she wants another Riptide. 2 Riptides so far, but she's not done yet. She picks Liv up, and this time we have a set out Riptide, smashing Liv Morgan. When suddenly the lights go off. The lights are back, and Liv Morgan is on Rhea Ripley. A 3 count. Rhea is eliminated, and Liv is still the Women's World Champion. How is this happening? What the hell was that? Who the hell was that? We know who that was. We know it was the one who sends the message to Liv Morgan that they are going to help Liv. But who is that? Who is helping Liv Morgan? But Liv doesn't care. She's still the champion, and that is important for her. Later that night, the entry number 30 in the Women's Royal Rumble match. Of course, this woman has something to do with the one who helped Liv Morgan and sent those messages. It's Alexa Bliss! She is back! Alexa Bliss is back after almost 2 years. After 2 years of absence, here she comes. The crowd just exploded. But the thing is Alexa the one who was sending those messages to Liv Morgan? That doesn't matter now, because Alexa is going after anyone who's standing in her way in the Rumble match. She eliminates Piper Niven. She goes after Bayley. Right into the corner. She is fired up. A huge return for her, and she has a high chance of winning the Royal Rumble match. Also, she's going after Bianca Belair. Bianca was the very last person who faced Alexa in a one-on-one action. She gets taken out as well. Alexa goes after Bayley as well, and sends Bianca into the corner. Big punch to Bayley, and goes on the top to deliver the Twisted Bliss. And Alexa eliminates Bayley. But here comes Bianca, wants to eliminate Alexa Bliss, but she keeps hanging on until Liv Morgan enters and takes her out. Alexa is eliminated because of Liv Morgan. Alexa somehow helped Liv to retain her title, but what is going on right now? We are now on Monday Night Raw, where the Women's World Champion Liv Morgan is here. She has some words addressing her future, and she wants to talk about the Royal Rumble. Some people had my Women's World Championship in their sights and sent some creepy messages to scare me, but no, I'm not the one. I retained my title at Royal Rumble to be still the deserved Women's World Champion. And hey Alexa, if you won my title, you should have won the Royal Rumble. The lights are out again. Alexa Bliss is here. She's wearing the gear she used to wear as the Sister Abigail. What is going on? A Sister Abigail also is delivered to Liv Morgan. Dominik Mysterio runs down the ramp, wants to help Liv Morgan, but he changed his mind after he sees this frightening face of Alexa Bliss. He wants to escape. He's running back, but he gets stopped by the Wyatt Six. It's Dexter Lumis, it's Joe Gacy, and it's Eric Rowan. The Wyatt Six are here, stopping Dominik Mysterio, not letting him to escape. Alexa Bliss is officially in the Wyatt Six. What is going on? People can't believe their eyes. Dominik Mysterio wants to find his way back to the backstage. But Eric Rowan takes him down with a big punch, and Alexa Bliss is just laughing at him. We also see a video being played on the Titantron from Uncle Howdy, and we see the sign of satisfaction in his eyes. You are the one, Liv. You needed my help to remain what you are, but they've watched you enough. Now it's my job to take that title from you, and this is the only choice you have. But if your Dominik wants to stick his nose into our business, well, Uncle Howdy has a special surprise for him. Mixed tag team match, Elimination Chamber, and then you'll put that title on the line at WrestleMania. We're at Elimination Chamber, the crazy mixed tag team match between Alexa Bliss and Uncle Howdy versus Liv Morgan and Dominik Mysterio. After Alexa took Liv out in the ringside, Uncle Howdy continues to punish Dominik Mysterio, locks him in the Dragon Sleeper, where Dominik has no choice but to tap out. Big win for Uncle Howdy and Alexa Bliss, but now we have WrestleMania in our way. Dear Liv, remember, I wanted to help you, and I helped you. But you were the one who turned your back on me. You ignored me. You could make a different decision and become my friend. But you wanted all these. And now, there's no way out of it. Except for the Royal Rumble match, where you betrayed me. I was standing tall whenever we met each other. At WrestleMania will be no different. But no, wait, there is a difference. This time, I'll be holding the Women's World Championship while I'm standing. See you at WrestleMania, my friend. Alexa Bliss versus Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship at WrestleMania. Alexa returned at Royal Rumble after she helped Liv Morgan to retain her Women's World Championship, is now facing her at the grandest stage of them all in Las Vegas for the Women's World title. In the match, Dominik Mysterio wants to interfere as well, but here comes Uncle Howdy. The mandible claw is locked in. Dominik Mysterio is being punished. Uncle Howdy is beating the hell out of Dominik Mysterio. And he's done. He's dead. And he passes out in the ringside. So Uncle Howdy finally let him go. But let's not forget our main competitors. Liv Morgan and Alexa Bliss are at each other's throats. Can't stand each other. Where finally Alexa Bliss delivers the Sister Abigail, paying tribute to Bray Wyatt. And she climbs the ropes for a twisted Bliss and hooks the leg. Here she is, the new Women's World Champion, Alexa Bliss. She's bringing the Women's World title to the Wyatt Six and finally dethroned Liv Morgan.